Project Guidelines, Part 4. In this video, we will go over the literature review and the references. A literature review is per your leader request for more evidence-based information. This is different than a literature search. So a literature search is researching information about whatever your project topic is. But a formal written literature review is something that your leader may want based on the topic, and so you have to obtain articles, usually about 4 to 7 articles. But then again, that's something that you would ask your leader. How many articles do they want? Perhaps your leader has some articles already. But again, a literature review is formally written. So if this is what your leader wants, then you must put this on your community-based learning contract. That's your project plan. It goes into an appendix, and then you must include all of the articles found in a separate appendix or appendixes. So if you gathered or found 7 articles to write your literature review, I should see your written literature review in one appendix, and then you can put, depending on how big the articles are, you can put them in the next appendix, or you can put each article in a separate appendix. Just depends on how you would like to set it up. Your written literature review is not just summarizing the articles. It should be integrated and synthesized with topics. So for example, you're going to do a literature review on discharge teaching in the ED. So you've gathered your articles and you read through them, and then you need to come up with subtopics. So of those articles, what kind of information did you find out? What are the themes that you see in those articles? And those then become your subtopics. So for example, you might see that cost might be a subtopic. Several articles talk about the cost of discharge teaching. Several articles discuss staffing for the discharge teaching, understanding the discharge teaching, implementing new methods for discharge teaching. So those are 4 subtopics that you came up with. So then you begin to integrate the information based on those topics from your articles. So you should gather all the articles that talk about cost and then explain what they say about the cost. And then you should gather the articles that talked about staffing and then explain what they say about staffing. So I shouldn't just see Article A stated this, Article B stated that. It doesn't go that way. There will be a separate session for students who have to write a literature review. But there are several examples on Moodle about how to organize a properly integrated and synthesized literature review with topics. So you should have plenty of resources on Moodle, but again, there will be a separate session to go over literature review. But it goes into the appendix, and all the articles that you use to write the literature review go into a separate appendix. So just a caution now, you're going to need a clean copy. So you find the articles, I would probably take notes on a separate page, or you print 2 articles, because the articles that you put in the binder can't have yellow highlighting or written information on it. It needs to be a clean copy for your leader. References. You cannot plagiarize. When you cite anything in your paper, you must have a reference page. What you understand to be common knowledge may not necessarily be common. So if you cite quotes from famous people like Florence Nightingale, or if you cite some from the nursing process, of course something out of your book, you must have a reference page. It is a requirement that you have one source in your introductory paragraph. So therefore your reference page might just have one source on it. But anything that you cite that is not your own thoughts you must have a reference for. That's it for the Project Guidelines Part 4. Please do not hesitate to contact me with any questions. Thanks.